This is the best. It's great to see a full house and have some elementary and middle schoolers together, and parents to have you here with us. Wish that we could have the whole community together. We're getting there. We're getting there. And I just came in from handing out coffee to folks that came through Carline as a appreciation. So parents, if your students rode the bus, there's also a little coffee voucher in their bag. Just a show of appreciation from us to you, and a happy Thanksgiving. Just quickly, a review of our schedule, because we have some days off coming up. We will be off tomorrow, and we will be off Thanksgiving Day and Friday. And then students and families, you can do what you need and want to do on Monday. Our faculty will be doing professional learning together. So we will be spending some time talking about important things to us so that we can do the best job that we do here at school. The adults learn here too. And then on Tuesday, we'll be back at school, and it's also Giving Tuesday. So families, please be on the lookout for that. We're doing a special countdown with some cool content online, and we have a special announcement on Tuesday about our Giving Tuesday campaign. So hope that you will be a part of it. We're really looking for high participation, just get as many folks involved as possible. All right, and now on to the main events. We have a lovely program today with entertainment from across the school, and we are going to start with a performance by the first grade. So let's welcome my stage crew up here, and then we'll get the first grade up.
going to read a poem, but every time that I put my hands up, you all have to say, "It's Thanksgiving time." So let's practice. It's Thanksgiving time. Okay. Thanksgiving Time by Langston Hughes. When the night winds whistle through the trees and blow the crisp brown leaves a-crackling down, when the autumn moon is big and yellow-orange and round, when old Jack Frost is sparkling on the ground, it's Thanksgiving time!
When the pantry jars are full of minced meat and the shelves are laden with sweet spices for a cake, when the butcher man sends up a turkey nice and fat to bake, when the stores are crammed with everything ingenious cooks can make, it's Thanksgiving time. When the gales of coming winter outside your window howl, when the air is sharp and cheery so it drives away your scowl, when one's appetite craves turkey and will have no other fowl, it's Thanksgiving time.
First Thanksgiving of All by Nancy Bird Turner. Peace and Mercy and Jonathan, and patience very small, stood by the table giving thanks, the first Thanksgiving of all. There was very little for them to eat, nothing special and nothing sweet, only bread, a little broth, and a bit of fruit, and no tablecloth. But Peace and Mercy and Jonathan, and patience in a row, stood up and asked a blessing on Thanksgiving long ago.
Thankful they were for their ship had come safely across the sea. Thankful they were for hearth and home and kin and company. They were glad of broth to go with their bread, glad their apples were round and red, glad of the mayflowers they would bring out of the woods again next spring. So Peace and Mercy and Jonathan, and patience very small, stood up gratefully, giving thanks to the first Thanksgiving of all. Thank you.
Let's hear it for the 7th grade readers. And the 1st grade hip hop singers and dancers. Obviously, the theme of my short remarks is being thankful, and as I get feeling back in my fingers, I'm thankful for the opportunity to be face to face this morning with so many parents coming in, thankful for everything that you do for the school, not least of which is giving us your wonderful children. I've spent the last couple weeks visiting a few classrooms and sort of halfway through a plan to get into everybody's classroom at least once and spend some time and be part of the class. And I read books to the lower grades, and I'm more kind of part of the action and the conversation in the middle school. This sounds silly, students, but you guys are really cool. It is really fun to see people who are engaged, who love to learn, who ask good questions, and so I'm thankful for students, and that's one of my messages of thanks. A few of these visits made me think of something else I'm thankful for, which is the poetry of Shel Silverstein. So I'm going to read a Shel Silverstein poem called Point of View. Thanksgiving dinners sad and thankless, Christmas dinners dark and blue. When you stop and try to see it from the turkey's point of view. Sunday dinner isn't sunny. Easter feasts are just bad luck when you see it from the viewpoint of a chicken or a duck. Oh, how I loved tuna salad, pork and lobsters, lamb chops too, till I stopped and looked at dinner from the dinner's point of view. Makes you think. I've noticed this theme in a few of the classes that I visited. I think Ms. Mashandera's class was one of them, where we were reading a book about Turkey that did not want to participate in Thanksgiving. Actually, several classrooms, this was the theme of the book. turkeys that needed to run away, to escape, running from the farmer, or wanting to blend in with the crowd, not wanting to stand out, and who can blame them? We'd had conversations after our reading, and we sort of talked about whether we like turkey or not. And some people agreed with me that maybe they'd skip the turkey. A lot of people really love the turkey. A lot of people love the sides. We talked a lot about sides. Talked a lot about mashed potatoes. We talked a lot about pie. Foods that we like and don't like. We had a moment to share a different point of view. Teachers in our lives are often the ones that help us see things from another perspective. And we have some real experts in looking at the world in a new way here at Montgomery. I am grateful for teachers. And I'm grateful for the way they ask us questions and get us to ask questions. When I visited Mr. Kulkarni's class, we looked at a mystery tube, which was a metaphor for a cell. It was a piece of PVC with ropes running through it, and you would pull one rope, but the rope on the other side wouldn't move, a different one would move, so you had no idea what was happening inside. And this is a metaphor for the cell, I'm told, because you can't see what's going on inside, you can only look at inputs and outputs. Fun to think about, conjecture about, but it illustrated a real point. And please, we all need to stop saying that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. That's not okay. It's lazy thinking. If you don't understand what I just said, you have to ask a 7th grader. In Mr. Hutchison's class, we discussed a climactic moment in Jack London's Call of the Wild. We considered before and after moments when the world seemed changed by what had happened in our lives. Mr. Hutchison asked the 8th graders to change their perspective, to think about the main character of the story, in this case, a dog, through the lens of their own experiences. A big question hung over the class about when in life things change our perspective and why. For me, the opportunity to attend a great school has always been one of those change of perspectives. I've been really fortunate to go to great schools and have great teachers. If we're surrounded by great teachers and fellow learners, it changes us. Good education helps us grow our perspectives. For this and so much more, I am thankful for teachers. Each of you, Monty teachers, here in this room and listening, you teach skills and contents, for sure, but you also model learning and what learning looks like. And you do this while crafting a safe and supportive, responsive classroom. So whether you teach English, science, art, music, languages, PE, social studies, and math, you actually teach the most important subject of all, which is people. There's nothing in the world more important than nurturing others. Can we have a round of applause for our teachers? So it's special to be here with all of you and have these Thanksgiving reflections. It's great to be in person with our presenters and with our 8th grade today. You may notice our 8th grade dressed up for today, which is a Montgomery tradition. In the past and in the future, we'll have all of our students dressed up for a special day on Thanksgiving. But we want to keep hold of that tradition, so thank you, 8th grade, for being the fashionistas that you are and for leading the way. Yes, you can applaud for them. They look great. So today's a great step in the direction of reclaiming some of those traditions that we dearly love. Last year I recorded my Thanksgiving message alone in this room, and this was a classroom in front of me, so we've come a long way. Now we're here. We're also missing our alumni, and we might have one or two alumni in the audience here to see a sibling, but usually we have our alumni back for this chapel. So I long for that. A full bell hall full of them, and they will come back and share their messages and their new perspectives. We actually got a few to send some messages, which we're going to show to you in a moment as well. One final thought about changing perspectives. I just welcomed one of my children back from college, and he has grown so much. So he's been around a lot of different people. He's had new experiences that I don't know anything about. Many of us will spend time with family and friends over the next few days, and we will count the blessings of those relationships. As you do, remember our theme of connection this year here at Montgomery. A big part of connection is listening and understanding those different perspectives. It's encouraging others to grow staying open to the idea that you can change by focusing on others too. At our house, we will be, once again, the 6 of us, 7 with the dog, welcoming multiple generations to sit down around the table. And I can't wait. We'll play games, we'll laugh, we'll reflect, and I wish you all the same kind of special times. Enjoy your turkey, or tofu turkey, tofurkey, whatever you might want to eat. Whatever brings you to the table. And just remember to keep your belt and your perspectives flexible at all times. And now, as promised, I'm going to play a message from our alumni, and then we're going to close with a musical selection from Mr. Chittick's advisory. Thank you all for being here today. Stage crew, let's go.
So this is a sing-along. I know some of our younger friends may not be familiar with the song, but I know some of our older ones are. There's actually 3 verses for this song. Most of you that know it probably only know the first one, so do your best to sing along. And we have 4 friends here to help us, and they sing it a lot better than I do, so let's do it.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The horse was the way to carry the sleigh through the white and drifted snow. Over the river and through the woods, so how the wind does blow. It stings the toes and bites the nose as over the ground we go. Over the river and through the woods to have a first rate play. Oh, hear the bells ring and ting-a-ling-ling, hurrah for Thanksgiving Day. Over the river and through the woods, shore fast my dimple gray. Spring over the ground like a hunting hound, for this is Thanksgiving Day. Over the river and through the woods, and straight through the barnyard gate. We seem to go extremely slow, it is so hard to wait. Over the river and through the woods, no grandmother's cat I spy. Hurrah for the fun, is the pudding done? Hurrah for the pumpkin pie. Hurrah for the fun, is the pudding
Oh, you're
done?
I forgot about that last line. So we're going to do it again, but we want you guys to sing along because this is a sing-along. So if you guys would raise your hand if you know this song. Okay, so we couldn't hear you up here. Do you think maybe we could hear you this time? Let's see if you can sing it with us. We're going to go a little bit more energetic. You guys ready? All right. Go.